I'm just going to be making some substrate. It's going to be pretty simple, mainly just hanging out. So if anybody has questions or anything like that, I'll be here. So let me get my stuff together. Hello. I'm just going to be mixing up some substrate today for mushroom cultivation and stuff like that. Just going to be hanging out, so if anybody wants to hang out with me, that's what we're doing. Oh, and look at my little ghost. I guess I really should have cleaned up my work area after I got done with the stream yesterday. You live and you learn, right? Hmm. Darcy's here. I guess I really should have led with that. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. She got the staple removed from under her eye earlier today. The vet said that everything looks good and she's healing up like she's, just as she's supposed to be doing. There's been no complications or anything like that, so that's awesome. I've got one more antibiotic pill tablet to give her tonight and two more for tomorrow. And I also have a handful of doggy pain meds for her. Oh, look at her. She's so happy. Can you see her? Kinda. I still don't have a way to keep my camera arm mounted like that. It always wants to go back to this position. Let me kind of angle it down. Oh, people are talking. Always. Hey, Cody. Oh, hey, Damien. Nice to see you, man. Me too. The vet that I use, I've been using it for like 4 years. They've always been great. I've never had a single issue with them. And I also, whenever I'm going on vacation or I'm just traveling, I put her in the kennel that they have in, doggy hotel. And I've never had any issues with it. They've always been great. Kind of expensive though, but if you love your dog and you want it taken care of, you're gonna pay a little bit of cash. Oh, okay, awesome. I'm still drinking the coffee. I haven't drinking it all yet. I take forever. And 5 o'clock is my cutoff, so I better drink it fast, right? You know what? I can drink it faster if I take this lid off. That's the last little bit of caffeine I can have for the day. My cutoff is 5 p.m. because, I want to try to maintain a healthy sleep schedule. Hello, epic trollich. Okay, Russia. Yeah, I see it. Russia does exist. I was going to, since you mentioned substrate in a comment on the other video, I'm going to do some substrate. You asked about verm. I assume you meant vermiculite. That's going to be part of it. It's not the main ingredient for any substrate. It's really just for moisture control, and it is excellent for that. And it's cheap, so you don't have to be shy with it. Let me grab it right now. I'm gonna grab a few things. So, in this 5-gallon bucket, I have some substrate already mixed up. And it's vermiculite, cocoa coir, and gypsum. Pretty much any mushroom will grow on this stuff. It's both the cocoa coir and the vermiculite are, like, the cocoa coir is very low nutrition. And as far as I know, vermiculite is 0 nutrition. So you don't have to worry about contamination too much. But it still happens, but, you know. It's the most common substrate for a reason. And it's because it's low nutrition. Whenever you have a grain jar, once it's good to go, there's enough mycelium in there to fight off any kind of contamination in the grain jar. But once you transfer the jar over to bulk, you want the substrate to be low nutrition. Damn, bro, has a mohawk and bald sides. I mean, that's what mohawks are all about, right? If you have a mohawk and the sides aren't shaved, you just have normal hair. I think. Hail Satan. Yeah, go for it, dude. Hail whoever you want. I'll have to get some grain jars going. It doesn't take that long to make them. I really wanted to do that today. I was just really busy. So the substrate is easy enough, like as far as you can get it going real quick. You know, it doesn't take a lot of preparation. So I can just hop on live stream and we can do it. So this is the cocoa coir vermiculite. Oh man, I'm bad about that. I haven't quite figured out the camera situation yet. So I have this camera arm here mounted. And this is, you know, what I put the phone on. And then I have another camera arm over here. Well, actually, it's a microphone stand. You can see that right there. This is where you would put the microphone. And I zip tied this magnetic bar here so that I could just stick my phone on the magnetic bar. But it's hard to get good angles right here. Like over here, I got this table and this camera arm so that I can just show you stuff, but it's not tight enough. My phone keeps falling, but that's fine. We'll figure it out as we go. Okay, private dog. And happy holidays. Happy holidays to everybody. Totally, I'm totally a wizard. It's a live stream on YouTube. Like, what do you think it is? You're seeing a guy live streaming on YouTube. I think you mean, I think you need more help than I can provide. And thank you, Zero. Yes, happy holidays to everybody. Okay. Cool. Like, you said you have a physical illness too. You didn't say what the original illness was for it to also be physical. So you gotta, you know, start at the beginning. Oh, okay, that's cool. Dog. Wasn't talking to me, that's fine. It's in my chat, so you'd think it was to me, but that's fine. Oh, much love from Indonesia. Thank you. Thank you, Damien. Oh, yeah, they're pretty cool. Mine, the nose guard, one of them fell off somewhere along the way. These glasses are like 3 years old. I have another pair, but I don't like them as much. They're like really bulky and I can see the frames just in my field of vision. So I like the wire frame more. Just sometimes my nose, it's not guarded. You're not cool, bro. You being mean? Wow, okay. Wow. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I'll try to do better in the future, okay? Okay, dog. No need to do that. You're up, smiley face, shake my head, okay? Why don't y'all just go meet up somewhere else? I mean, I don't really care. Y'all can talk in my chat, that's fine. Just seems not very efficient. But let's get to what I came here for, and presumably what y'all came here for too. So what did I do with my vermiculite? Oh, there it is. Usually, I don't use this type of cocoa core. I got this from North Spore as part of their Cyber Monday, Black Friday sales. And I was like, I could always use more cocoa core. But what I really, really wanted from them, besides all my equipment, was the soybeans and the organic millet. And the one bad thing I can say about North Spore, but they corrected their mistake. Whenever I made my order, I only ordered one of these bags of the soybeans, but they sent, and I ordered 2 bags of hardwood pellets. They sent me 3 bags of this stuff and no hardwood pellets. So I sent them a message, let them know what's up. And they're like, okay. And they just sent me the hardwood pellets. And they came in this morning. So that's this. Oh, my address is probably on that. That was stupid. That was a stupid, dumb thing to do. I'll edit that out whenever I go to move it over to the other thing. Jeez, I'm still so new to this. Like, I mean, that was a dumb mistake. God. You know, hey, did I show y'all my social security card? Here, I got my birth certificate too. I'll go grab that. North Spore always sends a little envelope. It's kind of like an ad, but it's like, I already bought the stuff. Why are you sending me an ad? It's like a thank you note, so that's cool. And I like the art on it. The art's really, really cool. Receipt. Oh my god! It's more soybeans! No, it's not. So now, they gave me what I ordered originally, what should have been here 2 weeks ago, but it's fine because I got 2 free bags of soybean and I got 2 bags that I paid for of hardwood. And hardwood pellets, or just hardwood in general, especially oak, is good for lion's mane mushrooms. They love wood. Oh, they love it. I have, before I got this from North Spore, I went to Atwood's, the store, and I bought a bunch of hardwood pellets for pellet grills. And they're not processed or treated, so that's what I was using for lion's mane before. But this is more specifically for actually growing mushrooms and not cooking a brisket. Come here. Good girl. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off camera this long. So to anybody that's been keeping up with Darcy, you can see her eye. Staple did get removed. And she's doing really well. She only has 1 more day of antibiotics, which is tomorrow. And the vet today said that there's no signs of infection or anything, so we're doing really good. After she got attacked last Thursday, I was thinking about going and filing an affidavit. I called animal control to see what I needed to do. And they said that if I wanted anything to get done, I gotta go file an affidavit with animal control, which I live really close to. But the reason I haven't, and I'm probably not going to do it, is because I didn't actually see her get bit. I saw the dog in my yard, I chased it off, and then I went to check on Darcy. I did not see the gray pit bull bite her. If I did see the pit bull bite her, like I saw with my own eyes, I would have gone last week to file that. But I can't, in good conscience, I can't file an affidavit that could lead to that pit bull getting put down if I didn't actually see it attack her. I just couldn't do it. Heck yeah, Damien. Lay down the law. Yeah, I don't see why not. And that's to our animals considered individuals. I consider my corgi Darcy an individual. She's not replaceable. You could give me 1,000,000 corgis and I'd never have Darcy again. Yeah, it's YouTube chat. It's always going to be some fools. I'm new to streaming, but I'm not new to watching streams, you know? So I understand that it comes with the territory. And Damien, you seem really good at staying on top of that type of stuff. So thank you. I appreciate it, man. I think you're a man, I'm pretty sure. Let me know if I'm wrong. You sharded. Awesome. How's it smell? Yes, I do. Hey, with a name like Damien, okay, cool, dude. I'm all about referring to people as what they identify as. So that's just why I ask. But yeah, like I was saying, someone with the name Damien is like, yeah, haven't you seen Omen Child? That little kid was trustworthy. Damien or Demian? It's not Damien, it's... What is it? Should I just call him Demon? Damon. 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 Okay. Then where am I getting Damien from? Probably like an old episode of South Park. Did I have an angled? Let me tighten. I'll have a whiskey. Well, pour it yourself. This is open bar. Hand sanitizer. You always gotta keep it available. What you doing, girl? She's looking at the reflectic insulation wall covers. I guess she can probably kind of see herself in it. What is that? Is that me? I'm not sure. I'll try to get better angle for y'all. To all my DIY folks out there, Gorilla Tape and zip ties is the answer to almost every problem. The turkey tail. I'll tell you a tale of turkey tail. Okay? From what I understand, from what I've seen, from what I've read, chemotherapy patients that consume turkey tail have better long-term results. Like what I saw in a video on YouTube, so it could be complete propaganda. I'm not a doctor. I am not a scientist. Do your own research. And what I mean when I say that is seek out peer-reviewed studies and trusted, people you can trust. And who you can trust, well, that's your call. I can't tell you who you should and shouldn't trust. But you shouldn't just trust me because I'm on camera, is what I'm trying to say. But the thing that I saw about turkey tail was talking about chemotherapy patients. The video, I remember it saying they had a study group, or the participants in the study, it was like a real study. It wasn't like taking a poll on newsweek.com or something. I don't know. And the group of patients, and this was a very long-term study, the group of patients that ate turkey tail or used turkey tail tinctures lived on average 10 years longer than the patients that didn't. And now there could be all kinds of mitigating circumstances to that I'm not aware of. But I do know that turkey tail does reinforce the cell walls in your body. And literally every little piece of you is made out of cells. And if I can make those cells stronger and healthier, then I'm going to do it. And it's like mushrooms taste good as well. So it's not like, I'll take that bitter medicine to get the benefits, It's like, I like it. I like the way it tastes. It's fun to grow. It's amazing. So, turkey tail is awesome. I'm trying to get to a tub of lion's mane I have right now. But unfortunately, whenever I got done streaming yesterday and I went back inside, I was like done for the day. And then when I got up this morning, it was all medical stuff for Darcy. So I just didn't get the chance. Big tub right here. I should have angled the camera sooner. I'm sorry about that, guys. This tub. Usually you grow lion's mane in a bag like this, but I'm just kind of experimenting. I was like, what's the difference in a bag and just building a hill? I originally wanted to build a mountain, but unfortunately I only had enough to build a hill. But the fact remains, like, why shouldn't it be able to grow in a mono tub? Why should it have to grow in a bag? I'm sure I could have Googled it and found out if it is, feasible, or if not feasible, practical. That's the main word. But, I like to figure out stuff as I go. I like to do it on my own and learn on my own and experiment and learn. Life, you should never stop learning your whole life. So let's see. Sorry for the wait. So you can see that it's growing in here the same way it would in a bag, but just not in a bag. Let's see. So you can see this is the oyster mushroom fruit body. These are the clumps of mycelium that is basically going to turn into the fruiting body. This tub is way too big. I shouldn't have done it in a tub this big for a lot of reasons. But it's too late now. I already did it, and it's healthy. It looks like it's doing well. So this lion mane here is probably going to go in the first batch of my products, like the test batch, to see if people like it. It's not going to go on the market. It's just going to be, like I said, a test batch. After I showed the mushrooms, I was like, yeah, no, this really is lion's mane. People have been accusing me of growing psychedelic mushrooms since I started streaming, and it's like, if I was doing that, I would not be streaming it. Like, one of the funniest things in the world to me are the idiots that film themselves doing all their crimes. It's like, why did you do that? Like, not why did you commit the crime, I understand that bit. Why did you film it? Like, what? So, anybody that wants to accuse me of growing psychedelic mushrooms, have fun. Have fun. Like, I understand why you would think that, because if you look up mushroom farm on YouTube, that's exactly what you're going to see. I don't know where those people live, but where I live, that is very illegal. Like, that's getting a felony illegal. So, if I were doing it, what I'm trying to say is, if I were doing it, you wouldn't know. No psychedelics on here. Yes, professional growing. The name of my company is the same as the name of my YouTube channel. I am a registered LLC. I am bona fide, as they say. I am too legit to quit, as they say. And to the people that want to see psychedelics and, you know, they don't want to watch my content because it's not, that's fine. That is absolutely fine. There are so many great YouTube channels of people doing the psychedelics that not only would I have nothing to add to that content niche, but it's also illegal where I live. So if I can grow legal mushrooms and sell them through my LLC, why wouldn't I do that? Like, why would I do the illegal thing? It just wouldn't make sense. But I know I'm over-explaining at this point. So let's get back to making some substrate for psychedelic mushrooms. No, for the turkey tail. So I already have some here. I'm not going to add too much soybean or hardwood, just enough to add a little bit of nutrition for the turkey tail. Usually when I watch other people's live streams, I just don't look at the chat. So I know I'm live streaming myself now, but it's just I'm not in the habit of looking at the chat. So I apologize to anybody that wanted me to respond to anything or anybody that wanted to insult me and they wanted to make sure I read it. My bad. I'll try to stay on top of it more. The fact that fungi networks can communicate over vast distances and can inform about impending events blows my mind. Yes, mycelium has been here way before humans were. Mycelium, or fungus, is one of the oldest living organisms on planet Earth. The mycelium and fungus bodies will be here after humans are gone, just like it was here before we got here. Just try to keep that in mind, folks, when you're laying in bed trying to sleep tonight. I'll get this camera oriented right one day. Maybe I should have thought about that before I streamed. Who knows? So I already got a pretty good bit of substrate in here. So like I said, I'm not going to add too much. And the field capacity of this substrate is good. I think it's a little bit too much moisture, honestly. I spoke too soon when I said it was fine. Thought about it for a second. I was like, wait a minute. Last time I used it, it wasn't fine. So let's see. And I'll show anybody here that wants to see what field capacity is, and I'll try to explain it to the best of my ability while I do this. So field capacity is the amount of moisture that is in your soil, like on a farm, or in your substrate on a mushroom farm. So how you test it is you just get a handful and you squeeze it. And you see how there's water dripping out there? That means there's too much water. What you want is whenever you squeeze it, like maybe just a drop or two might come out. That's when you know your substrate is at field capacity and it's ready to go. If you have too much moisture in your substrate, that opens up your mushrooms to contamination. Because bacteria also needs water to survive. And nutrition. That's why you like cocoa coir, vermiculite, and gypsum is a very popular substrate because it is extremely low nutrition, which means bacteria, also known as contamination, doesn't have enough food to survive. But the mushrooms, they pollinated a grain jar where there's plenty of food, and if bacteria tries to touch the grains that were in the grain jar before you transferred it to bulk, the mycelium has an immune system that will destroy the bacteria and prevent it from getting to the more nutritious grains that the mycelium is feeding off of. Let's see what people are saying. La, la, la. I think I deleted all. Oh, it's Mark! Hey, Mark! How's it going, man? You know what, Mark? Damien, you're about to get an extra pair of hands around here. There you go, Mark. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the Moderator Club. I know you're going to abuse it because you're Mark and I know you, but just try not to overdo it, okay? Thank you. So I'm adding soybean pellets to it right now. That will help absorb some of the moisture that's already in the substrate or 5-gallon bucket. Anytime I do have too much moisture and it's not too far off from where it should be as far as field capacity goes, I will add a little bit more cocoa coir and like pick up the 5-gallon bucket and shake it. And sometimes I'll lay it sideways on the ground and just kind of push it so that, you know, the dry cocoa coir I just put in the bucket can absorb the excess moisture in the bucket. So that's just a little strategy I found. Anybody else is welcome to use it. I'd be happy if you did. Mixing it up in here. Another thing you can do if your substrate is beyond field capacity is add more vermiculite. That is pretty much the whole point of vermiculite. Improves moisture, nutrient retention, provides excellent aeration, pH neutral, non-flammable, odorless, non-toxic, 10 quarts. So that's the good stuff right there. I used to order vermiculite from a company that specifically made it for mushrooms. I want to say the company was Surfin' Shrooms or Surfin' Spores. It wasn't that much more expensive than just garden variety vermiculite. But still, if you could save $1, why not save the $1? And it's the same stuff. It's just dried minerals that absorb moisture. So it's not like something you want to get the good brand. Just so you know. Giving a little bit of advice there to everybody. Peace and love. I eyeball most of my measurements at this point. In the beginning, I would recommend keeping a few little plastic measuring cups to measure stuff. But after a year or two, it's like, Of course, sometimes you want to really get it very specific, and I will break out the measuring cups whenever that happens, or I get in that situation. But it hasn't happened in a while. In the situations that it did happen, I was trying to impress a girl with how amazing my mushroom farm is. How successful do you think that was? How? Yeah, it was about that successful. I think Darcy's getting bored. It's like, no one's paying attention to me in here. Usually when no one pays attention to me, I just go to bed, but I don't have a bed in here. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry, girl. I'll get you some more entertainment next time. Now we're going to add some hardwood pellets. These chemical-free, semi-sterile hardwood sawdust pellets can be used in sawdust spawn and block preparation. Awesome, that's exactly what I need it for. You know what? I'm just going to dump however much I feel like in here. Much faster. What you looking for, girl? What you looking at? So we can see Darcy over here. See my super organized tool shelf? Oh yeah. I don't have ADHD. You have ADHD. Darcy definitely does. Ah, she's getting bored. You look at the chat. It's been a minute. Hasn't been much talking. Yeah, she is happy enough, but she could be happier. And of course, I always want to make her as happy as possible. When I can, of course. There are times where, unfortunately, I have to pay less attention to her than I like. These are the, this is one of the live culture media jars I inoculated yesterday. You can see that the clump of mycelium has already grown at least twice the size. I don't even think you could see the mycelium clump in here whenever I inoculated it yesterday. Like I said, I don't have ADHD, you do! So let's add some millet. Organic millet. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Millet is an ideal grain for mushroom cultivation and can be used for making mushroom spawn or as a substrate supplement. I said that weird because it's like weird spacing in there. You see that? So I said it spaced out as well. I've never used millet. This is the first bag I've ever had. So maybe this is going to be like the key ingredient that gives me the absolute most beautiful and healthy mushrooms I've ever seen in my entire life. And if you follow me and keep watching these streams, we will find out together. And it's going to be a whole lot of fun. I plan on doing this until I stop. Making sure I'm getting these bags closed pretty well, because this does have nutrition in it and it can get contaminated before it even gets to a grain bag or a monotub. And I would prefer if that doesn't happen. I'm going to add a little bit more cocoa. I swear that was the bag. Okay. Now what we're going to do with this bucket, now that we have all of the nutrients and substrate and cocoa core, everything else in there, I'm going to take a page out of our friend Damien's book in the wonderful UK, and I'm going to use a kettle. A kettle. This goes on here. For some reason, kettles never took off in America. Thankfully, my brother-in-law is from the UK, and he, introduced me to the wonderful and convenient world of kettles. We're going to do something so super exciting together. We're going to watch water boil. Yeah. Jeez, man. I'll figure it out one day. Trust me. I am Elliot. Now I'm going to pasteurize this substrate. So it is above filled capacity, so you wouldn't be wrong in thinking, why are you putting more water in there? Well, it's because I added a ton of new stuff into it, and I also added more cocoa core, so all of that should be able to absorb that much water. If it's still above field capacity, I'll just have to add more cocoa core. It's no big deal, or more vermiculite to get it to where I need it to be. But I think we'll be fine, because I added a pretty good bit of vermiculite, cocoa core, and hardwood pellets, and soybean pellets, and such and such and such. Thank you. It's Saturday, right? Do y'all not have weekends over there in the UK? Oh, sorry guys. I'm just waiting for the water to boil right now. Yeah, Elliot. Get a clue, man. Well, that sucks, Elliot. I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, I love skies. Skiz. You having a good day? I love skiz. I find I found that the best tool for manipulating substrate and just working with monotubs and stuff is wooden spoons. They work great. And they're less bulky than their plastic counterparts. And of course, plastic spoons like to bend. So you'll be trying to stir and all of a sudden it'll snap. And I haven't had that problem with wooden spoons. That's a little tip you can have for free. We're growing mushrooms. This is my mushroom farm. I'm sorry, you tuned in at like the boring part, because we're literally just waiting for water to boil right now for me to add to the substrate. So that's kind of a less exciting part of mycology. Thank you. I think it's pretty cool too, and it's a whole lot of fun. I really enjoy it. Where are you from, Skies? Good. That's awesome. Yellow Squid Gaming, Arkansas. Oh, I've done it before in the past, and it was the first, I guess you could say, corporate job, I guess. I was a fast food worker, but it was the first major company I worked for, McDonald's, when I was like 17. That job sucked. Yeah, it's horrible. Like, when I was always on the grill. So, and we would always wear gloves for some stupid reason. I really never understood it. I would rather just have no gloves on, because whenever plastic gloves touch very hot things, they melt. And if it's a glove, it melts onto your skin and hurts. I hope they ended that policy. That was so insane. Are you at least studying anything interesting, or? Damn. Damn. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, that's cool. Any specific field? Because I know there's like microbiology and marine biology. Oh. Well, it's not too bad. Babysitting isn't... Really, it's not the worst. As long as the kids are okay. If it's like a toddler, I could... Like, that sucks. But if the kid's like 8 or 9 years old and you can tell them, like, go do your own thing. I just have to be here in case I have to call 911. It's not that bad. Especially if you're getting paid. What did you smoke? Oh, you didn't miss too much the tea. We've just been mixing up a 5-gallon bucket of substrate. And just talking to the chat and having fun, you know, hanging out. Who are you from? My mother, weirdo. Meth. Okay. Some reason YouTube chat always drifts back to meth. I don't know why. I guess a lot of YouTube chatters smoke meth or snort it, shoot it up. You know, boop it, I think it's called. Boof it, not boop it. I boop. Darcy knows. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Aw, look at her. She's so pretty. Aw. And I can actually pet her again because I don't have to worry about ripping a staple out of her freaking face. Look at her. Oh, look at her. Oh. I got coffee in my mustache, so Darcy's like, oh yeah, let me get that. Is this water boiling yet? Okay. No, it's not. Da, 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 da. A watched pot never boils. Oops. Okay, that's really cool, man. Or Elliot. To the person asking what they should do with their hair, just start by shaving it completely off, go bald, so that you can start fresh and then go from there. Just let the hairstyle develop naturally. This water is still not boiling. I wonder if this outlet is got too much power being pulled from it from the space heater, so it's just not getting enough energy. I'll turn the space heater off real quick. There we go. Now let's see. It's got to cool off, but it's just the fan blowing, so that shouldn't take that much energy. Man, this pot of water boiling is killing my views! Oh, man. Oh, well. Oh, jeez. Is it working again? Has it started picking back up? The audio? Check. 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 Yes. Well, you can't hear me, but yes, I am the Lorax. Yeah, everybody's leaving. Sorry, but